Hello, everyone! You know what today is, friends? Today is March 26th, which means the Mario Wonder DLC is out right now. You can go buy it right now. As soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to purchase it and start playing immediately. However, I did promise a Mario Wonder video before then. Well, unfortunately, it is now the day that comes out, so you're going to have to deal with it coming out on the same day. So, I'm just one-shotting this. I don't have a script, so bear with me. And also bear with the camera. It's like I couldn't get it resized properly. I don't know, like OBS just hates to save my settings. It really does. Anyways, guys, I am very excited because I've been cooking up something special, and I've been kind of lacking on it. It was supposed to be a little bit more special, but you know, Mario Wonder came out in 23. I remember I got it when it came out, and I remember it was kind of funny because. Oh god, excuse me. Spider-Man 2 came out on the same day, so there's this joke like, oh, which one are you gonna play first? Excuse me. And I was like, oh, well, obviously, I look and I've never owned a PlayStation, so it's like, oh, that's a hard choice for me. But anyways, Mario Wonder is like one of my favorite 2D Marios of all times. It's such a pretty game, and it's so creative, and it's so much fun, and I wanted to do something special for its, second anniversary. It's going to turn 3 this year in October. So I thought, one thing I always love whenever a new Mario game comes out, or a game that I'm excited about, is like to check out the speedrunning scene. And sometimes I'm like, oh, one of these days I'm actually going to get in there and I'm going to do this. And then I look at the speedrunning tech and it's like, oh yeah, you can clip out of bounds and walk around. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not built for this. But I thought, oh man, I really should start speedrunning though, and I love this game. So I kind of came up with a plan. You see, in Mario Wonder, on the speedrunning version, most people do not speedrun a specific version of the game called 1.02. And so I realized, hey, wait a minute. If I just record runs in this version of the game, then I can basically get world records automatically because no one else is running this version of the game. And it's the newest version up until now. I believe the newest version would technically be the DLC version, but I'm not sure if anyone's running that. Anyways, so in the background, I have been running individual levels for fun because it's like I basically get the world record regardless. So in the last 5 months, I have ran 13 levels. I was supposed to do more, but I got lazy. And I'd like to show you guys how to too. I thought as much of this was a self-interested thing, like, oh, I can technically say I have like X amount of world records. I also, what I learned is that the Super Mario Bros. Wonder speedrunning scene is kind of niche. It didn't blow up like other Mario games. And so this is partly because I want to like share this thing that I've been doing for fun, but I also thought maybe I could bring some more attention to it so other people could run it. I'm not sure if the mods, or whatever you want to call them, the guys who actually confirm the run stuff, I'm not sure if they'd appreciate a bunch of extra traffic their way, but I think it's kind of upsetting that such a fun game does not have a very large active speedrunning scene. So, alright, let me take you through my runs I did, and then I'll show you how I did it in case you guys want to do it too. Because I know a lot of young people these days don't really know how to like record runs and stuff. So I thought maybe I could just show you guys because I thought it would be fun. So let's get into it. Okay, so this is where I film all of my videos. Apologies for the mess. This is my cheap Amazon microphone. This is my keyboard. I got it as a Christmas present a couple years before I actually built my PC because I just think it's super cool. And so this is the capture card I used. It's pretty cheap. You can get better ones, but for my price range, it was fine. So let me explain how this works to those who don't know. So this is the Switch's HDMI cord. It connects to the Switch console with a dock, and then plugs into here as an input. This is the output side. This goes directly into my main monitor up here. So that means that when I turn on, it feeds into that. Back here, you have a USB connection that plugs into your computer so it can capture that through OBS. Let me show you guys exactly how this works. So on my main monitor here, I have this little kind of like joystick widget here that I can use to change the input source to HDMI. And then back here, I have my OG Switch hooked up. So God, don't mind the mess. I've been kind of depressed lately, so there's been a lot of cleaning going on. I have my Switch hooked up here, so it's plugged in and all the other stuff. And as you saw, the HDMI connects here. So I turned that on, and then I have my second monitor on my computer, have OBS open, and then I switch this to the HDMI port so I can see the game as I'm playing it. And you can do this. Now, one thing to notice is that you don't have to have a second monitor to do this. You can just play directly through OBS. However, there will be a delay. And that's not the biggest deal ever, but that delay I felt was just kind of like if I'm speedrunning, it's not ideal. And I have two monitors anyways. So basically, I just use this monitor to play the game, and I record and monitor through OBS here. There I am. So yeah, that's basically how you do it. You have to buy a capture card and have a laptop or a PC hooked up. And that's how I record all my videos. But let me show you how I edit them, because again, I don't think many people are going to watch this, but if you guys ever want to get into speedrunning, I want to show you guys how to time a run properly. Okay, here we go. So, let me move my microphone closer. Again, I'm not doing this. This video is supposed to be a lot longer and a lot more meaningful, but I just kind of want to get it out now. So this is what I use to time my runs. I do usually use CapCut to edit most of my videos on my computer, but that was not, it did not work very well for timing runs, I figured out. So this is another free editor called OpenShot. So I thought maybe I'd show you guys how I time my runs here in case you guys ever want to do it. However, I do want to mention, I did kind of have a back and forth with the people on the speedrun.com Mario Bros thing. It seems I always time my runs a little bit longer than they actually run, because they always retime it to be shorter. So I thought I'd show you guys how I do it anyways, and just keep in mind, if you're running this game specifically, I'm probably doing it wrong somehow. So this is a run I did, and what I do is I cut down the run to the final run, because sometimes I redo it, because like I said, even though I was just doing it for shits and giggles, I did kind of be like, I could do this better. So this is my run I did. I renamed it to its time, just so I knew, so when I upload it. But let me show you guys kind of how I did it. Basically, over here it shows you your runtime, how long it's been in the video, and I found this program worked best for timing runs, because usually you have to do it to the last frame, and with CapCut there's like a compression thing going on. I don't remember the exact problem I had, but there's this thing going on anyways that basically makes the timing a little bit less perfect. So I'd cut down my run here, I'd have it over here. Can you hear this? You guys might actually be hearing this audio. I haven't even considered that. Let me fix that. I'm so sorry about that. Sorry about that, you guys. Probably couldn't hear what I was saying too well. But so there. Okay, so there I finished the level. But the official timing rules for Wonder say that this is not when a level ends. So let me show you guys kind of what I made. So here goes the level. And I usually let it continue to the title screen, just so like I show that it's not like cut together. I'm not sure if that helps, but so as I was told, officially the level ends when this window on Mario closes. Now, using the arrow key, I can go just about as far as I can. You can see it's still there and there. Now it's completely gone. And that's usually when I time my runs. I take whatever runtime, I cut it up, and I'm like, okay, so that's when it ends. However, for some reason, whenever I do, the mods always tell me that it's longer than it actually is. I don't know why it is. I get told that, hey, your run's actually shorter. And I once asked for clarification, hey, am I timing these wrong? They said, oh yeah, it just, whenever this window completely closes on Mario, or whoever you're playing as, right? And I always get it as precise as I can, but for whatever reason, it seems I'm doing it wrong. So just keep that in mind if you want to start running this game. Okay, so here we go. This is the first, well, I'm not sure if it's the first one I did. I'd have to check. But I just have them all listed. I'm not sure if it's whatever. So some of these actually brought change. So you see, a lot of these weren't being run at all. So, well, a lot of them still, I'm still the record holder. A lot of these ones, since I've ran the game, it's actually changed and some other people have ran it. So here I am, Fast Nobility. That's what I called myself. My time was 36 seconds and 650 milliseconds. And you can see that was 5 months ago. You can see the top record now was 36 seconds and 400 milliseconds, and that was a month ago. So my run, I'm not sure if this is necessarily true, but I believe that since no one else had ever run this on this version, my run stirred up more people trying to go for the record. And you can see even as recently as 11 days ago, someone else gave their thing at that, kind of threw their hat in the ring there. So here we are, Scram Skedaddlers. It is like I want to say it's like the third level of the game. It's very early anyways. So, because first you do Welcome to Flower Kingdom or whatever, and then you have Piranha Plants on Parade. This one comes pretty soon after that. So, this one you can see, I still hold the world record in 1.02, and I had a time of 55 seconds. Now, what's interesting is I wasn't shooting to even be good at this, right? Excuse me. I was like, oh, you know, I can just run the game and whatever. Like, I could, like, the time could literally be like 5 minutes, and I'd still win, right? Because no one else, you know, because I was just doing this for shits and giggles. I'm not, you know, I know I'm not, like, fantastic at this game, even though, I mean, like, not on a competitive, professional level. But the funny thing is, as I ran these levels, I'd find myself bumping into walls and stuff and being like, God damn it, and I'd restart, which I thought was funny, because the point of the game, for me, it wasn't to be good, it was to, like, just get the world record just for fun, so I could say, oh, I'm like I hold like several world records in Mario Wonder speedrunning. But if I messed up like badly enough, it would tick me off and I kept redoing the run. So I thought that was kind of funny, because that wasn't what the point was about the runs at all. You know, it's just to hold the record. But if I did badly enough, I'm like, by my like metric, I'm like, God damn it, I have to do this again. Okay, I won't go through all of them individually, but I wanted to talk about one specifically that I have since been beaten on. So this is Armads on the Roll. It's one of my favorite levels in the game, one of the easier kind of ones, I mean. You can see here, 5 months ago, I got a time of 49,917, and someone recently got 48,400. Now, let's see what that looks like on any version of the game. Yeah, you can see there, the fastest time is in 1.0.1. with Jet Run. So Jet Run is the badge that makes you constantly run pretty quick. But yeah, I've since been beaten in that category by someone else. And I think that's kind of fun, you know, because the 1.02 has been out for quite a while now. I don't remember exactly how long, but just seeing that like me running something invites kind of challenge for people like, okay, I can definitely do that better, has been kind of fun to see. I finally figured out how to recess my camera properly, so now we can do full screen again. Hooray! So I wanted to do this video for two reasons. Number one, I will probably not be able to upload runs in the near future because I'm going to be playing the DLC, and the DLC is upsettingly switched to exclusive. I'm going to purchase that basically as soon as I'm done with this video, actually. But the thing is, as I showed you guys, my dock, I use my Switch 1 dock, and my Switch 2 dock is downstairs. And I don't know if you guys know this, but a very valid criticism against Nintendo these days is that the dock is like $110 for, I mean, and you know, there's more going on with the Switch 2 dock. It has a fan, it has all this other stuff, but it is basically just something that you plug in to charge your system and to have it connect to the TV. So no, I don't think anytime soon I'll be uploading runs because I'm going to be using my Switch 2 more. But I thought this was a pretty fun project I did because it let me do a bunch of things. For example, I didn't want my Switch 1 to become obsolete when I got my Switch 2. I didn't want it to go into storage. Now this way it's part of my permanent gaming setup that I have connected to my computer. So now I can record gameplay or play games whenever I want. And, you know, that's a lot of fun. And so I kind of want to make this video just to show you guys, not only can you just use older equipment and still have fun and do things, but also I wanted to show you guys that in the end, you don't have to be the best to achieve things, you know? It kind of saddened me to see that Wonder did not have a crazy community. You know, I know that Mario 64 has one, but that game has been out for over 3 decades. But it does kind of sadden me to see that the community, you know, there still is, and there's still people who run the full game, but it's just not as big as I would have thought it was nowadays. You know, it seems like it kind of slowed down. So not only did I want to show my love and appreciation for this game that I cherish so much, especially since it recently became 2 years old, but I also wanted to do this. So I thought the last thing we'd do, well, is we'd watch a run I did, and then I'll end the video. So let me just do that really quick. Okay, here's a run I did. I'm gonna unmute this now so you guys can actually hear it. Sorry about that audio stuff. Again, I'm sorry for all the complications. I really wanted this to be like a fully edited, rehearsed, written out script and all that, but I really want to play the game and I want to get this out before this came out. So it's just a lot of rushing. Apologies. So this is my 1.02 any percent 36.650 run. So here we go. Don't expect this to be like a full breakdown. So you see here, like, because there was no competition, I could have taken that hit and kept running, but it bothered me. I'm like, I can do better than that, so I redid it, which is so funny because that was never the point. So let's go through this here. So as you can see, I have 99 lives. I maxed them out before this. It's pretty easy. Once you beat the game, you can either buy them with your flower coins, or, well, actually, that's the best way to refill them, actually, because flower coins aren't that hard to get. You just have to run that one level with Nabbit or with that coin badge. So here I am. So I spin over there. So let me actually do like a full breakdown. Like, we're taking this very seriously. So here we are running. Jump over this. I jump over here. I spin because, now again, I probably would have landed here anyways, but I don't want to land under here because that's going to cost more time. So I spin, land here, jump. Basically, right off that, you can see the effect kicked in here. Ran over there. So the interesting thing about the jet run badge is you can actually walk off of the ground for a little bit, and that saves you time because if you jump up here and do it, you're going to basically run into this wall before you fall all the way down. Here I am over here. Use this block to jump up there, grab the thing. Now, this is a notice. If you guys are going to run this game, if you grab a checkpoint flag and you're already big Mario, it won't do anything. But if you're small Mario or any of the other characters, it will stop to give you a mushroom, which will slow you down. So here's another thing I did. So you can also jump when you're using that like off-air, I guess you could call it velocity, whatever you want to call it. So here I am here, walking. And if I fall down here and jump, it would actually take more time. I'm not sure how true that is. And, like, I'm not saying this is the actual correct way, but I'm saying based on my knowledge of the game, it's just faster to let that basically run out and jump there than land here and jump there. And of course, this all depends on like where you are and where you're moving and all that. So see, okay, that there I can confirm. So I jumped pretty early there, as you can see. So I actually spin so that I don't fall either here or here. Again, the goal was never to be, like, great at this game that I just absolutely cherish, but it was just like, hey, how many records can I get off of a technicality? So, I did 13 runs, and I believe I still hold 11 records. Now, of course, now that the DLC is out, I believe people are going to be running that version a lot more, so if you guys want to check that out, if you have a Switch 2, or if you just want to run the game, and again, 1.02, there's still a lot of levels that people have never taken a crack at, because that's just not their favorite version. I believe because 1.02 is the version where you can't do a lot of the glitches, so even though there's, like, you know, people do glitchless runs, I still think they prefer to run 1.0, I believe. Or at least if they run 1.02, they do usually the full game and not just individual levels. So that was kind of my my little thing there. I'm gonna unlist all these videos. I'm gonna make them all public, and I mean not unlist. I'm gonna make them all public, and because they've been unlisted. So and again, this has just been, I guess, I really enjoy this game, and I thought it'd be fun to kind of share my passion with it with you all. So thank you guys so much for watching. Happy Bella Bell Park launch day. Go check it out if you guys are interested in Wonder. I know $20 is whatever, but it's like, you know, if it's the only DLC we get for this game, I don't think it's that bad because it came out like 2 years later, as opposed to like $30 DLC launching basically the same as when that Pokemon game came out. And, you know, it is a Switch 2 edition, so, you know, there's all that stuff. I mean, it probably still is a little bit overpriced, but I'm going to be picking it up regardless. I just wanted to kind of show you guys this because it's something I've been cooking up for a while. And yeah, I'll still be running the game. I still love it. It just won't be as often, most likely. I mean, I haven't done a run in like, what, 5 months? If you guys ever want like a clearer thing on how the capture card stuff works, I can show you guys. It's all pretty simple stuff. But yeah, I'm going to unlist all those videos now. I mean, fuck, I'm going to make them public, and I'm going to update them because some of them I have lost the record on. So, you know, good for those people who actually tried a little bit harder than me. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys are just having an absolutely fantastic 2026.